But I
Tell
got
him, Tracy, are you throwing up gang signs, bro? Did you just throw up gang
that's
signs?
sign language. I sign. Well,
Look like
I can sign, but I forgot a lot.
look like you stole them
Well,
gang signs.
No, but I am from California, so
Mm. You see, you can get it naturally.
you guys are funny. So yeah, so let's give it a minute or two, let people join in, and then we'll go over the meditation stuff.
yes.
I want so if
Yes.
everyone listens to it. Um, but so let's give a few minutes. But in the meantime, you have any issue you're going through, you need help, let me know. We can talk about it. When I get a few more people in here, we'll start with the
Yeah,
meditation.
let's talk about that skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
Tracy, my skin issue is different than your skin issue.
right, right. Yeah, but you look good. You look really refreshed.
Hair down, yeah, but waist low, like I'm carrying lard. I got Rob's laughing at me like I got like all this extra skin is crazy.
No, I'm not laughing at you. She got kicked out. I know where she went. I mean, anyway, go on with the skin. Go on about the skin. Tell me what's wrong.
It's a lot of it that's hanging. I get really bad rashes because of it, and it smells and it's
Sorry
gross.
about that. I'm
So,
back. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so you have loose skin and you have rashes.
yes.
Okay, well the loose skin is from obviously if you are very heavy and you carry a lot of weight and you lose weight a lot at the same time, the loose skin is very likely to be there. I mean, you have a lot or it's manageable. I mean, a lot
Nah,
mean like a
it's
lot.
yes.
Okay. Well, what I would do in this case, I don't know 100% if it's possible to shrink it naturally, because the longer it is and the looser it is, it's not. I haven't seen any situation where the whole thing has gone back to get, shrunk back. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I haven't seen it. So I would focus basically on some weight training to start. And like we went over this already. You said you're not feeling 100%. So I said, don't do the weight training right now. Because if you do the weight training right now and you're not 100%, weight training puts a lot of stress on the body. And if you are recovering or you're trying to heal the body, you don't want too much of it. So I myself, I love weight training. But if I don't feel 100%, I won't do it because it takes energy away from you, a lot of energy. And it is acidic because when you lift weights, you're generating a lot of waste, lactic acid,
Lactic
etc.
acid.
Yeah, if you don't move it fast enough, it's going to cause pain. So I'm all for weight training, big on it. So when you feel better, then you start weight training and you will lift like a man. Okay, don't lift like a
Really.
woman. What I mean by that, I mean women have the mistaken impression that you lift weights and you be very feminine and you tiny weights and do cardio. It doesn't work that way at all. It's very, very difficult for most men to build muscle. In fact,
Come in.
all the men you see on in social media, they're usually taking
Mm-hmm.
some kind of substance. It's very difficult
Okay.
for a man to, like I'm natural. For a man to build muscle, it takes years and years and years. Natural muscle. If your muscles grow really fast, very likely that they're taking something,
Hmm.
or they have exceptional genetics.
Hmm.
So you lift heavy, and then you take the steps to recover. Recovery doesn't mean high protein necessarily. It means that you eat the right way to nourish your body, provide the mineral and vitamins, etc.
Yeah.
That's what you do to get your body better. So we will deal with that. I do have a book you can reference. It's a booklet. Sorry, I can send it to you. Just remind me as always, and I'll send it to you. I don't believe in weight training a lot. I weight train 2 or 3 times a week, heavy,
Hmm.
intense. Rest of the time, I'll do some kind of high intensity cardio. Like it could be rowing, it could be bicycling, it could be something like that. And that's how I do it. So less is more. If you train correctly, you don't need a lot of training because the muscles have to
Yeah.
recover before they. So in terms of
Okay.
the skin, the skin is itchy and there's a smell to it. That's it's fungi or fungus. Okay, so you can
Yeah.
use apple cider vinegar on the area. You can use neem tea or neem oil on the area to help you. If you really want drastic changes quickly, you can use hydrogen peroxide, 1%.
Hmm.
It's diluted to 1%, and you wash the area.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
make sure when you're done, you hydrate back. You put it back, oils back, because hydrogen peroxide can be drying.
Yeah.
You can also use Lugol's iodine. That's broad spectrum antimicrobial, get rid of everything pretty much. But you need like 3 or 4 drops into some water. Not it should be
Mhm.
diluted well. My point is, Lugol's iodine can stain, so be careful on
Yeah,
that. But apart from it's really powerful. I've used it for teeth problems. People have teeth problems and they can't control the decay in the mouth. Lugol's iodine, fantastic for doing it. But you have to follow it up with an oral probiotic because it will destroy everything, good and bad
right.
bacteria, right? So yeah, that's how it's done. So okay, I don't think anyone is joining in there. So let's go over the meditation, meditation side. Okay, so
Hey, Brock, can I ask you a quick question
yeah, of course.
about the weight training? Do you look at like I can't remember all three, but there's like the ectomorph, mesomorph, mesomorph. I think you and I are the mesomorph that we build muscle easily, but we can lose it quickly if you don't do the like 3 days a week. Do you kind of follow that when you talk to people about weight training, like their
I
body
don't use
types?
No, I don't, and here's
Yeah,
why. Because that theory, or not a theory necessarily, the mesomorph means that you naturally
yeah,
put on muscle, and then the
right.
ectomorph is hard to put on muscle. You're very
Yeah,
thin and skinny, and then the endomorph you're more
yeah.
roundish, right? Nobody is one. Very few people are one thing,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Like for me, for instance, because I'm part African and I'm part Middle Eastern, I have a bit of everything going on. I have
Right.
the mesomorph,
Yeah, yeah,
I have a bit of the ectomorph, and I'd have a bit
for
of the
sure.
endomorph. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, but I can put on muscle quickly. I don't lose it either, which is weird.
Oh, that's great.
I won't. I don't eat protein, a lot of protein. Actually, I don't make any attempts to eat protein, but I maintain the muscle. So that must be part of my genetics. But also, I trained a lot. That's probably my African side
Yeah,
genetics. We gain muscle quickly and easy. But yeah, so in general, if you all training should be ultra specific, should be short and intense. And if you did that, it applies to all body types. Because the endomorph just needs to do more high intensity training to burn the fat, and the diet has to be
yeah,
on point. The ectomorph needs less, no more, and the mesomorph gains muscle regardless, so he do better with less than more.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
that makes sense. Yeah, that's so fascinating to me. But yeah, I love all that.
Yeah. Well, that's it. So yeah, it's just the right training, the right nutrition. You're fine, and patience and time,
Everybody's
right?
different too. I mean, I've met so many different people. I'm sure you meet all sorts of different people. So it's just interesting how you can tailor it and fine tune it specifically to each person. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good topic. It's been going forever. Yeah.
Hmm.
But like I said, for everything in life, you always you do the work and you get the results and then you get feedback and then you turn it around. Theory is nice, but you have to see you have to do the work. I mean, don't just use theory, right? You
Exactly. Yeah.
test and
No,
see,
I.
and if it works, you adjust. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that's
So
fascinating.
anyway, this is part of the school community. Today we're going to talk about meditation and mindset, how I have done it, how I see it, and this is my experience. Okay, so a short story of how it all began. I've always been into the esoteric, mystical side at the age of 3.
Mhm.
I know it sounds silly, but
Wow.
I'll explain to you how and why.
No, it doesn't.
At the age of three, I was in West Africa, Ghana. No TV, no access to any kind of spirituality whatsoever. No, I was sorry exposed to Christianity and Islam. So those two is what I exposed to. My grandma was a Anglican Christian. My dad's side was the Muslim side. So I got exposed to both. I didn't reject or accept either one. My grandma would take me to church. My dad would teach me the other side as well. So we are very secular in terms of religion. At the age of 3, though, I say 3 because I remember very well, I would meditate like a Buddhist. Obviously, they thought I was a freak of nature because what the hell is he doing? Number one. Number two, what is this he's doing? And number three, I didn't even know what it was I was doing until years
Hmm.
later when I got exposed to Buddhism. And then I realized that's what I was doing all along. So I have been exposed to pretty much every kind of spiritual stuff you can mention. I've seen stuff that if I told you, you think was fairy tales. Not in a bad way, but in the highest sense of I, like like anything mystical you can imagine, I've seen it. Astral
Yeah.
travel, I've done it.
Me too. I'm telling you. Sorry.
So no, it's not coincidence.
Same thing.
Most of us can have some kind of experience with us, right? So years later, the story goes on much longer. I could go on my experiences, but I wouldn't do it here. but I wanted to find an answer. I was frustrated with the answer people would give you, like, why are we here? What are we doing here? Are we are human? If we're humans, why were we created? Why we created? Where do we go afterwards? That sort of things. And I wasn't happy with the conventional religious responses. Okay, so I decided that the way to find out is to go do inner work. So that's where meditation comes in. So I use the Muslim side to meditate. So you can use the Christian side, you can use the Muslim side, you can use pretty much any religion, even the Eastern philosophy. They all have the same some version of it. But I would test sound, like meditating with sound. I would test meditating with touch. I would test meditating with all the five senses, basically. I would do Kriya Yoga, yoga itself, if that's later in life, just trying to find something that really clicked.
Hmm.
And nothing really clicked for me with all the experimentation, but I would try literally pretty much every single thing I could imagine or got exposed to, I would try it. Okay. Apart from like the all the good stuff, I wouldn't use any stuff that was negative or heavy. Okay, put it that way. Um, so I came to understand the difference between meditation and concentration. So everything that you do right now is concentration. Everything that we do in terms of yoga, in quotes, is meditation. It's just concentration, it's not meditation. And why? Because meditation, by definition, means that you are without the mind, it's effortless. Okay? So if something is effortless, that means you're not present as the ego. If you're present as the ego sense, then it's concentration. It's not meditation. Big difference. Okay. Another concept people should know is that if you say you are in the now, or you bring it up that concept, it's a concept, and you saying you're in the now, you're not in the now because the ego is present. So meditation means absence of ego or absence of mind. And people will ask you, how can you function without a mind? And I'll tell you very easily. How do you know you're functioning without mind? Because most of the time you know you're not present. And it's not like you're forgetful. It's just like you do everything perfectly. You would teach,
Hmm.
you will learn, you dance, everything. In fact, you'll be a better dancer if you're egoless. You'll be a better teacher if you're
100%.
egoless, right? Yeah. And you can find it, and there are tests and signs of it when you dance. For instance, if you dance and you lose yourself in the dance, you forget yourself. And when you forget yourself, that's a brief instant of mindless or egoless. You have no ego. Or if you are really into your work and you kind of like you blank out, meaning like you don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it perfectly. That's a clear sign of a touch of it, not necessarily the whole thing, but the touch of your you being without ego. If you drive a car and you get from destination A to Z, but you have no idea how you got there, but you did everything perfectly. You stopped the lights, you moved the gears, everything was perfect, but you
Yeah.
really don't know how you got from A to Z. That's a clear sign of using your operating without the
Wow.
ego or without the mind. So people want to say, well, you can be without mind. Yes, you can. Even those small
Yeah.
this will prove it to you. Another thing you can test also is when you blink. When you blink your eyes second by second, you have no mind at that point. And it's almost like nature did it to tease us or to make us aware, so that it hides the evidence. So we have to seek it. But if you pay
Hmm.
attention, you find it. So also when you have you're having intercourse with somebody you love and it's really deep set in that moment in time when you max out there's no ego there. That's why human beings are
Hmm.
obsessed part to the sexual activity is
Right.
because they are seeking that bliss or pleasure. They don't equate it to that. But in actual fact, that's what they're after because that moment of ecstasy, there's no mind present
Yeah.
and but people don't realize it. So they start. Some people, men and women alike, become very active in they're looking for some kind of meaning, but they can't find it, and they think that the more pleasure they get, the more they're happier.
Hmm.
But in natural fact, not the act itself; it's the absence of the mind that makes you quiet um, and mindless, so to speak, without ego. So being without the mind is very possible. That's your true nature. So I always like to say the sun is always shining and the clouds are there. The sun is yourself, your real self without the mind. And the clouds are the mind. So the clouds come and they cover the sun. The sun is always there, it never goes away. It's shining and you don't see it when it's covered with the sun. So when your
Hmm.
mind is clouded with thoughts in your mind, then it's gone. It doesn't show anymore. But it's always there. But as far as you're concerned, it's not there. So you get depressed, you get anxiety, you get
Hmm.
you're unsatisfied, you're unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
It's all that. Ego is blocked. Ego is active. Sorry, mind is self is blocked. So the whole point of concentration, when you concentrate, and usually you pick a mantra, or it can be, if you believe you're a Christian, you can use Jesus. If you're a Muslim, there are several names you can use that will point you in Islam, for instance. There's 99 names of God.
Oh, wow.
The Bible has also the same kind of names. You can pick one. However, when you pick those names, you should be aware of what you're using because they're very strong. They're very powerful names. You just don't call them out randomly. I have found using the word I am is easy and safe because I am represents the divine as far as the conscious world is concerned. So when you say I
Right.
am, it's the name of God you're calling, but it has no attributes. So you're not saying I am this or I am that. It's just I am. So if you close your eyes and you concentrate on the word on I am, any thought that comes, you can ask yourself. Question is who's asking that question, and like it's like who am I? So who's the I that's asking the question? Any question that comes is an ego, and the ego is in this case defined as an I. So who
Mm-hmm.
am I? So I ask the question. So if you close your eyes and you say I am, and you say, oh, I am a man, then that response is the ego response and is ignored. You concentrate still on the I am. So you can visualize the I am in front of you, your eyes closed, and you're looking at it. If you don't have a strong if you need something to focus on, then you picture the I am on and you close your eyes. And that I am, you focus on it all the time. And then you do your meditation. You can start 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The more you do it, the less the ego will come. But bear in mind and a warning that the lighter you become, the stronger the ego becomes, meaning that the ego doesn't want you to win. So it will start to fight with you.
Mm-hmm.
It will show you your deepest fears and desires. It
Mm-hmm.
will worry you with your stomach. It will worry you with anything
Dreams.
mind. Everything will come up there.
Mm-hmm.
And the deeper you go, the stronger it becomes. It will not let go.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to fight it is to ignore what the mind says by understanding what the mind shows you is not real. So the term used is I'm not this, I'm not the body and mind, and therefore anything the mind shows, I'm not this. And so you focus on the I am. You keep on focusing on the I am, and it's a battle. When you start, it's going to be difficult. You find a comfortable place to meditate. You don't have to sit in the lotus position. You can sit on a couch just to make sure that you don't fall asleep. So it should be comfortable, but not comfortable enough that you fall asleep. So comfortable enough to be alert, but relax at the same time. So you're not sleeping, and that's what you can. So I find it easier to sit on a very comfortable couch.
Mm-hmm.
You can fold your legs, you can sit straight, but it doesn't really matter. You can even stand up if it's easier for you. You have to find your own what clicks with you. You have to find what works for you. You cannot just I can give you a suggestion, but it may not be good for you because what I've found is that everybody's awakening is different. You will never
Mm-hmm.
find two the same. So you take what you hear and you test it, and if you resonate and you can be without mind for a short period of time, then you know you're winning. You're doing the right thing. You're succeeding.
Right.
Okay. So
Rob, can
that's
I ask
what
a
it.
question about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head just now when you said about the falling asleep. Every time I call, well, meditation, every time I do it, I doze off and I don't understand why every single solitary time.
Change your
Well,
position, maybe like what you're sitting that'll keep you comfortable but awake. Oh, sorry.
I fall asleep. I sit
no,
up, I've sat up, I've laid down. Like one time I sat on the edge of the bed because I don't understand why I just passed out and I almost fell off the bed. Like I just go to sleep.
so I would suggest you walk then. So you walk, you go to
Mm.
a park or a forest, and then you look at each tree, and then if you to help you, you don't have to close your eyes, and then each tree you just say I am, and try and focus on the I am.
Oh,
That's it. That will help you,
okay.
and that way you're getting your exercise, and you're also you're clearing the mind up. And any thought that comes in, I don't care what it is, it's not real. They can show you
Wow.
angels, you can show you your worst nightmares, and it's not real. And that's your job is
Yeah.
to don't concentrate too much on the thought, meaning like you ignore it. So if you look at the sky and you see the sun and the clouds come, don't follow the clouds. Like acknowledge they're there, but then move on. If you focus on the clouds, then you are giving the ego strength because you are looking at the thoughts. So you lose yourself in the clouds, looking at clouds rather than looking at the sun. I'm not saying look at the sun because the sun will burn your eyes directly, but I'm saying focus on what you're meditating on. Don't focus on the ego mind because it will give you stuff to entertain you, like last night's movie you watch or social media joke, or
Yeah.
it will be continuous. And the deeper you get, it starts to show you your deepest fears. Like I'm
Uh-huh.
talking your deepest fears. I enough to scare you to next level. But that's where you need some kind of mentorship or something to rely on that's beyond you. Right. So if you have faith in whoever you have faith in, you can ask for help in that regard. Okay. So that's how you do the concentration and meditation. Now, when you concentrate enough, hard enough, a point will come where you will find states of meditation that are effortless, and you not realize you're there until afterwards. Because if you did realize you are in meditation, then you're not meditating, you're concentrating, right? So that's the
Wow.
gist of it. You can use the mantra, you can take a rosary and use it and count. So I am, I am, I am. That's by touch. You can use sound, listen to your breath, or even sometimes I'm not big with the like YouTube, listen to music and stuff like that because you're focusing. I don't know. I don't. For me, it doesn't do anything, but maybe it does for
Yeah.
you. But you have to focus on your breath. You can watch your breath, or maybe like a bell where you have the bell, you hit the bell, you listen to the sound of the bell, or um, those chimes like a bowl when
I have
you
one.
you
Yeah.
anything like that. But the thing with the bowl is that you have to do it yourself, right? So you have to
Hmm.
and then close your eyes and listen to the sound, that sort of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing will help you. But
Hi,
it's
honey.
sound, taste, touch, the five senses. You test them all and see which one works for you. Sometimes you can use both. The name you call is for you. If you're Christian, use your Christian. If you're Muslim, use your Muslim one. It doesn't really matter. Um, the key element is belief and faith. That's what makes everything different. That's why you see every single religion or non-religion has miracles. And this is because of faith and belief. You are actually the one creating it. When I say you, I mean the higher self is creating it, not the ego self. But because you don't know yourself, you're giving it to someone else. You're saying that this happened was created for me or happened to me. But in actual fact, you are the one who's created it. When I say you, I mean the highest you, not the ego sense you. So yeah, so wherever you believe in, you can use. It's not doesn't involve any kind of religion necessarily, but you can use your religion if you believe firmly. The key is belief and faith. Belief and
Yeah.
faith will take. Okay, so that's what we. That's how the whole essence of it. I can go further and further in detail
Me
in
too.
different aspects, but you can ask questions if you wish.
I would
And
love to. I get so
yeah,
excited.
go
I
ahead.
miss you guys, and I'm like, Tracy, calm down. Hold your ADHD. Or, well, I won't label it, but I'm trying not to label it. But I just want to say something because I'm going to cry. But this subject alone, I swear, I could this because mindset, like you say, you have to have that set before you do anything. You choose. I want to. This is my goal. This is what I want to do. It's all in your mind, right? Whatever you do. So I think sometimes I get my mindset goes into the ego. And it's funny because when you hear ego, you think, oh, I'm so into myself or I'm conceited, but it's really not so much that. It's just something I think we're just, I don't know, you're born with, and that's why we have to fight through it to get to the divine. Or it'd be too easy, life wouldn't be, there'd be no purpose, I feel like. But my question is, so I was never brought up in any faith, and I've always had like dreams. I mean, as a child, I've had premonitions. My mom has them, I have them, my sister has them. It's freaky. Like she'll call me as I'm going to call her about the same subject. I mean, all the time. My dreams are so intense that I know I astral travel. I read a book on it, and I learned to control them and go certain places and different levels. It's crazy. But I don't know if I am meditating correctly because I don't have a specific God. I love, to say I'm Christian and I love all that about that faith, but I really don't. I struggle with my connection of what I believe. And because I don't understand the Bible, I don't. My brain doesn't work that way. I don't get the stories. I don't know what they're talking about. I need them to like explain it like a child, and I never had that,
Mm.
so I can't really connect. And but I do feel connected, like you say, to the divine. I do that all the time, but sometimes I will go through like a period of a week where I am so connected. It's freaky. Like I don't even know how to, like you said, you can't explain it. and then I'm so disconnected. And I just, it's
Hmm.
such a awful feeling because it's like you said, people seek pleasure in so many ways because their ego's gone and they're not present. You're with the divine. It's such a great feeling. You're lifted. You're not in your body anymore. It's incredible. So we all seek that, but I just wish I could connect more frequently and with the
Okay,
right
so
God. I feel like
okay, let me go over the few points here. So, okay, you have to understand something. All these experiences, they're nice and all, and they're fun, and it's okay to have them when you are trying to find yourself. But
yeah.
these experiences are traps.
Okay.
Okay, they are traps. In Eastern philosophy, it's well said that if you ever get powers, don't touch them.
Wow.
Why? Let me explain to you why. Because it's an ego trap. So on Earth, we have a limited amount of time and space to live, but there are levels of your body that can live a long, long, long time, right? And if you astral travel, you can see that. But um, powers that come to you in terms of any kind of power should be not touched or should not be
Okay.
indulged in. If you
Wow.
want to, if you want to transcend,
100%. Yeah. That makes
because
sense.
I have also had these experiences, my mind like there are eight levels of powers you can go
Right.
through. In Indian philosophy, you don't touch them. So I was lucky
Ah,
to have somebody tell me. He said, a guy told me I was a guide. He said, don't if they come to you, don't touch them. Like in other words, don't use them. Right?
wow.
Don't use because it becomes so addictive.
It
Imagine
is.
you have the ability to hear someone's thoughts or to see things before they happen. Imagine have the ability to walk through walls.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. But not to be indulged in because it will
Okay.
trap you. It will trap you for thousands of years. Not
Wow.
that
That
you,
makes so much sense.
yeah, not that you be aware of it either, because the thing about our existence is that once we go, we are recycled essentially. And even if you believe in Christianity and Islam, you're still recycled.
Right.
And then you come on the other end, you will not have necessarily have the same kind of memories. Because if you did, you would remember all. Some people remember their childhood, their past lives,
Oh,
but most
yeah.
people
I've
can.
seen that.
Yeah. So these are powers. You don't touch them, right? You leave them alone, and because they're from the ego, they're from the
You
mind,
just
the ultimate
dismiss
mind.
it.
You let it go,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because your true state is stateless. It doesn't have any
It's so
doesn't have
scary.
any. No,
It's
it's not
scary in
scary.
my dreams because it's so vivid and things happen to where, I mean, it is so deep. I am so deep wherever I am, but it's dark a lot. Sometimes I get these awful, awful intense. I mean, I sweat the bed. It's awful. And I want to
Yeah.
control it. I want to get out of it. So,
No, you don't control it. You leave it alone.
yeah.
You don't
Well, that's
control it.
my ego trying to fight me.
Exactly. Like I mean, even if in your day-to-day physical world, the more you hold on to something or fight or force it,
Right.
then you lose. The more you let go,
Wow.
the you win. So let's say you had a health goal and you want to achieve your health goal. You follow the right protocol, use the right herbs, but you let go.
Right.
You know, you do the work, but you let go. The more you let go, the faster the results. The more you want to know every single aspect of it, you will fail. The
Mm-hmm.
ego doesn't. It's like a double-edged sword. You know, you
Yeah.
have control, then you will suffer. If you don't have any
Yep.
control, you will succeed. Okay, I
And
hope that
that's my
makes sense.
health crisis. It does 100% because this is all from stress. I know that.
Yeah.
And trying to control my mind because there's so many things that makes me cry because you don't think other people go through this. Like I never get to talk about this. So, but it's very it is. It's deep. It gets to the point where you just like I don't know what to do and then I kind of back off of like faith in general, which I don't want to do. So, yeah, this is
Well, I'll cut you short too as well. So there's
yeah,
no such thing as having guilt about anything because if everything is of the mind and the mind is not real, therefore nothing should affect you. Or you should have no you should have no guilt. Guilt is the worst one. Guilt can trap you. You
yeah,
have guilt of something, it'll trap you. You cannot get out of it. Most people are trapped in grief.
guilt.
Grief, um, they feel bad that they've done something, right? It's so intricate. For something to happen, for an event to happen, there have to be so many people involved for it to happen, right? For instance, if you go out and you go buy something, a grocery, you're driving the car all the way. There are so many people involved in around
Yeah.
you. It's intricate. You cannot even phantom how many transactions have to go through for you to do one action. If you have to pick up a pen, you think you're picking up the pen, but the hands and everything, the cells are all acting on their own accord without your permission. So I'm saying that you're not in control as you think you are. And if you let go of that control, you'll be happy and freer.
Wow, that's 100%. That makes sense. I've never really thought about it that way at all. But I actually can. I feel like my guilt just went away because the thought in my mind was like, oh, there. I can just say, "You're not my thought. That's not my thoughts. It's not my thought."
Exactly.
Yeah,
If you do that, you see a level of bliss that comes on you that you cannot
yeah,
imagine. But it
yeah.
takes
And it
practice,
was
it takes
doing
time.
that.
Yeah.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Good.
Hey,
Thank you, Ra.
You're welcome. Cassandra, you have a question? I think we'll end soon, but
Yeah.
if you have a
okay.
question.
I've only said this to one other person in my life, and I feel strange saying it, but since we're sharing, I got demons following me, and I
Hmm.
don't know if they're attached to me per se or my family. There was a time where I was married briefly and I changed my name. And
Hmm.
for that little bit of time, there was so much peace in my life. No drama, no weird stuff. It's like I was a whole different person. Soon as I changed my name back, here comes the crap. My first time seeing demons, and my mother till this day does not believe me. My first time seeing demons, I was 4 or 5 years old, and they tied me up. They came off of my toy box and tied me up. I saw my dad walk by to go to the bathroom. I couldn't move. I couldn't talk, but my eyes were wide open. She keeps saying I was
Hmm.
dreaming. There was
Wow.
another instance where I was home alone. Back in the 80s, they did that a lot. I was like 5. I was home by myself. I'm laying in my parents' bed, and they had this big golden crucifix right over their bed. His eyes started glowing.
Ooh.
I was a smart kid. I look out in the hallway to see what light is on that's shining on this thing to make it look like that. There's nothing. I can go through
Hmm.
my life with all types of instances like this. There is something negative on my back.
Yeah.
I know it
Okay.
and I feel it.
And you're a Christian.
I don't know what I am anymore.
Yeah.
I don't
I know,
know.
but so there's nothing you follow, have faith.
No. But I know
Okay.
there's something more powerful than me out there. I just don't know where I'm going. I'll go to anybody's service and
I
I'll
hear
Yeah.
you and I believe you. That's what I want to say.
okay. Thank
It's
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
so I mean you have to like the easiest way to do this is to have is like you have someone of faith. Like I mean, if you're a Christian and you find something that you have faith in, and then you surrender it to that higher power. That's the best way of doing in that situation. And again, it boils down to the ego because as strong as they are, they can only affect you when your mind allows.
Right. There's a saying
Well,
I was told, sorry.
no, it's
It
okay.
says, is it the same as in the name of Jesus Christ? Say, for example, I condemn these demons or non-human, whatever entities to the depths of hell for all eternity. Amen. Like that's what I say, even though I'm not sure what I am. Does that do anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's having faith in a higher power. That's it, and understand
Yeah.
that what I try to tell you that I said that everything is unreal. So if the mind is playing games with you and these entities are existing on you, then you have to surrender to a higher power. And then so therefore everything that comes in your way, you surrender it. And surrender means exactly what it means. Surrender means it's everything you surrender. It's not partially. Most people don't know how to surrender. When you surrender is the hardest thing to do. If you
It is.
surrender, that means everything without exception, you surrender away. Nothing can touch you. If you surrender everything to whichever deity you follow or have faith in, it has no power anymore. Whatever is on you has no power.
So
Right?
Why
I
is it
have
so
to pick
scary?
one.
I'm sorry?
I have to pick one. I
No,
have
it's
to
not.
pick
In
a
your
religion.
your case is different because you have to find something that you have faith
Touches.
in, right? You need
I
something
Can
that
you
you
have
have
say
faith
faith
to
in.
the
in
divine?
God. Yeah, I have faith in God, not religion.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So make sure your
Okay.
faith is real. Make sure your
Oh,
faith
it
is
is.
real.
It's real. I
Yeah,
just
it
don't
can't be
like
called.
religion.
Name, the
Most people are
label.
hypocrites. No, I'm telling you, like most people who are religious are hypocrites
Oh, I know.
because
Yes.
the true essence of the religion is it's so pure that most people 99.9% that they're hypocrites, but they don't know, they don't realize it. They're hypocrites, but it's not their fault because the mind is active, and the mind itself by definition makes you a hypocrite because you can't have You can't be partial. You can you're either or in faith, right?
Crazy because
So
when people speak in tongues, they're out. Sorry, they're out of the
in tongue,
mind, right? Is that why?
you can use tongue is meditation, right?
Sorry.
It's
Okay.
a form of it's a form of meditation. I told you use sound, use anything. It's a form of meditation. So it's up to you. It's your faith. Whatever faith you have, use. But everything you're doing is of mind. All those fears and desires are of mind. They're not real. They don't exist independent of you. You are the factor that makes them to be. If you're not around, then they don't exist. If your mind is not present, they can't be. They can't exist. So I'm trying to tell you that even the highest power doesn't exist without you. Even on a physical level, you can prove it. Without you, there's no thought. So if there's no thought, there's no fear, there's no desire. So I'm saying get rid of the thoughts so everything goes away. How
Right.
do you get rid of the thoughts? Understand it's not real, right? My guy told me a long time ago. It says when you get up the high level, somebody who the saints or whoever you trust in will come to you, and when they come to you, make sure that you know what to do. You reject them, and if you reject them
Really?
and they're the right saints, they'll laugh at you. They'll laugh in a good way and disappear, like they're happy you
Wow.
did it. Yes. But most people, what they will do, they'll run to that saint they were praying to. But the true saint will tell you, you have done correctly. You have won.
Wow.
It's a huge difference. Anyways. So anyway, the whole point of this conversation was just to get you started in your
Thank you.
meditation, not to go in the
Yeah.
really spiritual side. Everyone has their own way, but it's just to understand the importance of the mind and why the mind is sabotaging you in every shape or form. Is destroying you without you knowing, and that's because you give it power. So the mind, any kind of experience you are feeling right now, it's a mind. You cannot be without mind. You can be without mind, but so long as you are thinking, you have the mind present, right?
Wow. That's
So
priceless.
your job is to melt the mind, is to get rid of mind. You get rid of the mind by understanding it's not real, and also by ignoring your thoughts. Now, I'm not saying do silly things like if you have to go to work and earn money, or you believe you have to, and you go, and the mind says don't go, and you don't go, but
Yeah.
you believe you have to. There's a problem. I'm saying that any fear or desire comes to you, don't give it power. That's
Yeah.
and you don't give it power by understanding it's not true. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So
Hmm.
that's
I'm
good.
so
So
thankful, Ross.
you're
I
welcome.
am.
So
I think I actually know how to meditate, Rob. There are times where I
I
purposely
think we're
just
keeping
sit.
them too long.
I know.
no,
Just last thing, just one last thing. I swear I know how to stare off into space and I can't see anything. I can't hear anything. I'm not looking at anything and I'm just not there. And then
Meditation.
I like snap
but
out of and
but
I can do it on purpose.
okay, do more of it and see how it goes.
Okay.
If you can do it gets to a point where you're doing it 24/7, but you're not aware you're doing it 24/7 in your right place. But at the same time, you're functioning properly. You have a good business. You have a good family. Everything's perfect. So it doesn't mean that people make the mistake that if you're spiritual, you don't have the rest. Spirituality means that you have everything, abundance, health, wealth, everything, everything. This is what the
Right.
divine created for you. He gave you everything. He didn't say take one or the other. Everything can be yours in goodness, in
Wow.
abundance. It doesn't. You don't have to choose one. You should be
Raw,
complete
I
in
love
everything.
this.
Yeah.
I would pay you
Okay.
for another subscription for this. This is incredible information and it like this is really hits me today. So thank you. I'm sorry I
You're welcome.
interrupt you. I get so excited.
No,
I'm
no, no,
working
no,
on
no.
it.
No worries at all. So it was nice talking to you guys. We'll chat later again. Okay.
You too,
My goodness.
always.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you so much, fam. Okay, have a good day.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye.
Bye.